Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. We're just going to completely act like this video isn't long overdue, but anyways, a little while ago, I asked you guys to leave me some K-pop opinions on a Google form, and y'all definitely delivered. I got way more responses than I thought I would, so by popular demand, here's the part 2. If y'all are interested in seeing a part 3, let me know in the comments. Just a quick disclaimer before we get into the video. Since this is still an opinions video, the same rules still apply. If you're going to comment, please remember to stay respectful. And also one last thing that I want to talk about before I start this video. It's completely unrelated to this video, but I have some sort of platform and I want to speak out about this. I'm sure all of you guys have heard about what's going on with Omega X right now. Now I don't listen to Omega X, but after my sister telling me about this completely heartbreaking situation, I just wanna say to continue tweeting about the situation, continue to talk about it. We need to let the company know and whoever that staff member is that this is completely unacceptable, and we should honestly not stand for it because those boys, the Omega X members, do not deserve this at all. If you're unaware of the situation, I will link a Twitter thread in the pinned comment, and I hope me talking about this can help bring a little bit more attention to this really sad situation. Thank you for listening and let's get into the video.
Wow!
K-pop groups should stop with Japanese comebacks. That would give them more rest time, more time to practice singing and dancing, etc. Because they don't have to learn another language. They could put more time into perfecting their Korean comebacks. This especially goes for self-produced groups like 17 and Stray Kids with literally no Japanese member, but they're still making Japanese songs. Like, imagine how much better their comebacks could be without having to spend so much time and effort on Japanese comebacks. I don't necessarily agree with this because I think they should still put out Japanese comebacks. Maybe not as often as they're doing though, because it does seem like a lot of work, especially for self-produced groups who don't have a Japanese member. And a group like Stray Kids, for example, they have very consistent comebacks. Like, they have a Korean comeback at least once every couple of months. It's not like we're waiting a whole year for a comeback, right? So I see where you're coming from. And these groups stay going on tours, which adds on to the workload. So it does seem like a lot because it is, but I don't think they should just stop putting out Japanese comebacks. I just think they should slow it down a bit. Also, those groups that you just named, I feel like their Korean comebacks are fine. No, great actually as of right now. Like, I don't feel like them having Japanese comebacks is affecting their Korean work at all, because the music is still hitting. Stray Kids just released one of their best albums after releasing Circus a few months ago. The remix rock version of Terrary is far better than the original. I don't dislike more chill/slow songs in general, but I can't get myself to like the original. The remix is more my cup of coffee, cause I don't drink tea much, so I listen to this remix/rock version but not the original. Honestly, I agree partially, but my reasoning is a little different. If y'all couldn't tell, if you haven't been on this channel for that long, I like loud, noisy, very much fast type of music. Y'all know I can't get down with slow songs or ballads at all, like Burn Them All, but I actually like the original version to my surprise. I do like the rock version better though because I just like faster music, but it's not like I would skip Terrary if I was listening to a treasure playlist. I can listen to both versions just fine. 17's new music just isn't for me. This is coming from the biggest carrot. Fear was their last good track, and since then, their music has been repetitive carbon copies. I just know the members are tired. What do you mean repetitive carbon copies? Like, I'm genuinely asking. You mean to tell me that Hot sounds like World, or World sounds like Left and Right, or Hot sounds like Home Run? All of those songs I just named sound nothing alike in my opinion. If you don't like them, that's one thing, but saying that they all sound similar is just like not true ? Also, I don't think the members are tired. Aren't they the ones writing the songs? The reason ENHYPEN isn't as close as other boy groups is because of Island. Whilst seeming entertaining and fun on the surface, bred negativity, jealousy, spite and put rifts between the competitors. Many ENHYPEN members were against one another, or barely knew each other when they became a team, and many of them probably wished someone else was there instead because they were closer to them during Island than whoever they ended up debuting with. Whilst it is better now, the tensions created on Island fooled some issues we see today, such as the body-shaming Sunu situation. It should have been run more like an audition. Oh, it's definitely because of Island. Now I didn't watch Island because what do I look like watching survival shows? I did watch Girls Planet though, but we don't talk about that, because I'm never doing that crap again. Anyways though, so I don't really know what it was like for the boys on Island, but my friend watched it, or was watching it, and she said that there was very much tension between all of the contestants on the show, and that they had to vote each other out, which might I add, I already think is kinda harsh. Like, why are they voting each other out when the judges are there? Isn't that their job? But I digress. According to her and what I got from it just seemed like it was a toxic environment. So I'm not surprised that In Hype and probably aren't besties. I honestly don't know what y'all are talking about though when it comes to them not being close enough though. Personally, I didn't get that feeling. When I used to be an engine, I would watch In Hype and content, and I never noticed any weirdness or like offness when it came to their relationship with each other. I never really noticed any tension, and honestly, I thought y'all were just pulling that out of your behinds. But it seems to be a very popular opinion among the engine and K-pop community, so, but that's just me. IVE's album covers suck. I don't wanna have a neon green album sticking out like a sore thumb on my shelf. Honestly, I wouldn't call them ugly, but they're definitely nothing special. The only one I really like is Love Dive, but I don't buy albums, so honestly if the album cover is ugly, I don't really care, as long as the music is good, right? I don't know if it's because I'm a huge stay, but Stray Kids genuinely have one of the, if not the best rap lines. I think they're extremely talented in all areas, which is one of the biggest reasons I alt them, but rap and songwriting is what they shine the most in. I totally agree. I wouldn't call them the best. Personally, BTS has that #1 spot in my book when it comes to K-pop, of course, but right after them, it's definitely Stray Kids. Like, their rap line is so top tier, I can't even put into words how good they are. Like, I can always, and I mean always, trust Stray Kids to never disappoint me with the rap. They haven't yet, and I don't think they ever will. They're extremely talented when it comes to songwriting and rapping, and even singing, let me not forget, because some people like to discredit Stray Kids when it comes to their vocals. Like, they're just an all-around top-tier group. Survival shows shouldn't have as many contestants as they normally do. Having a lot of contestants like Produce 101's with 101 contestants and Girls Planet 999's with 99 contestants just doesn't allow the audience to connect or see the talents of all the trainees. I agree 100%. Everyone just doesn't get a fair chance, and it's sad, especially because Mnet likes to favor people, and will only give the same one person so much screen time every episode. It's just too much people. But I also feel like a survival show with like only a little bit of people is kinda doing too much too. Because why are you making a survival show with only 13 people? Cough coughist. Just debut all of them at that point. Purely music-wise, I'm not sure that Jongho fits Atiza's style. I almost feel he would be better as a soloist. I often feel the same way about Victon's Hansei. They are obviously both extremely talented, but I just feel they don't quite fit their groups, you know. No, I don't know. With Jongho, he's like the main vocal, right? Meaning that he usually has the most parts in their songs, right? I feel like music-wise, when it comes to Jongho, saying that he doesn't really fit Atiza's style really doesn't make much sense to me, because him being the main vocal, and having the most lines, means he's a big part of the group, like the rest of the members, and their music just wouldn't have the same style if Jongho wasn't in the group. If Jongho was to ever leave, God forbid though, but let's say hypothetically, I feel like Atiza's music style would change a lot. Now with Hansei, his raps and how he sounds is really out there. He very much does have a different vibe than the rest of Victon, and if he was to leave Victon, God forbid, because I can't handle that again, but hypothetically once again, if he was to leave, I don't think their music style would change heavily, but I would feel like something is missing, because is it really a Victon song without a Hansei rap? The answer is no. Like, I just can't imagine it. I don't want to imagine it. I feel like both of them would make great soloists. We've already saw how great of a soloist Hansei makes, and hopefully we can see some Jongho solo work in the future, but saying that they would be better off as soloists is not the move for real. I don't think it's fair when already established idols join survival shows. Personally, I think it is a little unfair, to be honest, but I see where K-pop companies are coming from. Let me explain my reasoning, and let's use Victon for example. Victon had like little to no clout before their member Sungwoo went on Produce 101. Obviously him being an already established idol definitely had something to do with him making it to the final lineup, because people already knew who he was. But him making it to the final lineup, or him just being on the show in general, did wonders for his actual group Victon, because later that year, when Victon made a comeback without him because he was promoting with X1, Victon received their first win after already being a group for around 3 years at that point with their song Nostalgic Night. Sungwoo being on Produce 101 and making it to the final lineup helped his group gain so much popularity. It's like sending your established idols up on a survival show is giving them, and the group that they're from, a second chance. I also wanna use Yujin from CLC and now Kepler as an example. Her company failed her big time, and from watching her on Girls Planet, you can so truly see that she wasn't ready to give up on her dream of being an idol. Girls Planet gave her a second chance, and after Kepler disbands, I can definitely see Yujin continuing her dream as being an idol, maybe going solo or probably even going into another group, going on a survival show, more specifically Mnet survival show, and making it into the final lineup is pretty much setting you up for success kinda. Now obviously it's a little different when it comes to X1 because the lineup was like rigged and they disbanded so quickly, so people didn't have the time to actually get to know the members, which is probably why most of the members from X1, the groups that they're in now, probably aren't doing as well as they should be. But we're going a little bit off topic. What I'm trying to say is that unpopular or less well-known groups benefit from having one of their members compete on a survival show. Long hiatuses, which are like 9+ months in my opinion, low-key concern me. Like, I want groups to take breaks and have time for themselves, but at the same time they shouldn't be gone for so long that they start losing fans. I completely agree with this. Like, of course, taking breaks is very much needed and necessary, but being gone for like a year or something is, like what you said, concerning, because your job is being an idol. What are you doing within that time span? And I know there could be like some budget issues with certain groups who probably don't have money, which is why it takes them so long for them to have a comeback, and that's understandable. But other than that, truly, what is going on? Any publicity is good publicity is why girl groups are dominating 2022. That, but to a certain extent, because we cannot lie that girl groups' music be hitting different, like they stay dropping bangers, but the amount of scandals girl groups stay having is insane, and it doesn't even be about problematic stuff like cultural appropriation a lot of the times. It's like, let's use hype girl groups for example, Le Sserafim and New Jeans. The whole Garam situation and New Jeans' CEO being a creep is a perfect example of any publicity is good publicity, and that's so sad. There needs to be a change or something. Kepler is being overworked. They are, and it's because they were on Queendom. Like, them going on Queendom was just such a waste of time, and since all that time went to waste, they have to make up for it, so now they're just dropping song after song, and I really feel bad for them because Kepler isn't even doing as well as they should be, considering the fact that they're a group formed off of an Mnet survival show.
Wow!
Okay, that's it for this video. This video was supposed to be longer, but I'm lazy, so I'm sorry. If you guys wanna see a part 3, let me know in the comments. And also, before I end this video, once again, I just wanna say that a link to the Omega X situation is in the pinned comment. Please check it out, if you can. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye.
Wow!
Yeah, 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 yeah.